Hello friends, it's Reza. Consider this an intro before the intro, please. I've been on hiatus a while and my video isn't as, well, I don't consider it to the level of the videos that I had been producing the last couple of years. But please bear with me. It's kind of a start to finish of some nail art. So some of you have said that you really like that process even though it's long. This is a long video. You get a lot of me in the video. So if you've been missing my videos, I hope you enjoy this. If not, more videos are coming soon, I promise. This kind of did break the dam, so to speak, and I'm ready to make some more. Thank you so much, and enjoy the video. Hello friends, welcome to my blooper reel. No, no, that's not it. Welcome to channel Reza Blade. This is your friendly neighborhood Reza. If you're new here, welcome. I hope you'll enjoy this video, and I hope you choose to do the old like, comment, subscribe rigmarole. If you're already one of my nail friends, I hope you're glad to see me back. And I appreciate your putting up with my battle with my anxiety, but I have some cool stuff to show off today, and Lord love a llama, it's time to just rip that wax strip right off my upper lip, so to speak, but hopefully without the redness. Thank you for your you have all been so kind with your comments. I can say that. And I hope you'll all keep up the good work, if you know what I mean. So I did a swatch video for this Holo A England collection. It's called Bram Stoker and the Count. There are 8 polishes. They are beautiful. And for me, they are both one-coaters and they are stamping. So, oh my goodness, holy grail. Different English reference, but anyway, so I did a swatch video for this collection. Beautometry kindly sent it to me, and I have posted some swatches on my Instagram account, which is in my description box. You can keep up with me there if you like. I usually have a lot more pictures of everything, and I will link the collection in the description below as well. But today I just had to film something. That's how you get past this stuff. So I'm going to give you a peek into my process when I do PR nail art for a new collection. So this is the eponymous polish, or I guess I could have just said it's named after the actual, you know, collection itself. Sort of it isn't. This is Dracula. And I had it written down somewhere what exactly this is that they say. I know they say it's a magenta. I know all of these polishes are holo polishes. Just refer to Instagram or the description below for that information, because I will include it all in the description below. But what we're going to do is we're going to do my nail art part. And when I'm doing PR, I like to show off the polish colors with the outer nails, so I only do art on the inner 2 unless there's a real special circumstance, if there's a specific design that I'm just really going for. The other one thing I wanted to say is that Dracula seems to be not only the star of the collection, but it's a very now shade if you follow the Pantone parade. Anyway, I already got it dirty. Look at this. I am just so sloppy with my methodology. Anyway, so I grabbed all my vampire and gothic themed stamping plates, of which I have many, but this plate from Michelle It Hit the Bottle actually gave me kind of an inspiration that came out of kind of nowhere, pop art. So we have pop art Dracula that we're going to be doing here. If you see this image here, this is our Dracula. And it is, if you check, it is a little bit shorter than the actual nail. So I'll show you how I handle that if I decide that I need to. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I center it instead. You'll see what I mean in a minute. And I didn't want to start from scratch here because I do tend to put, one of the things you can do, I've seen people teaching reverse stamping methods that are very not my method. One of the things you can do to keep bits of your design from coming up when you are painting on them is to cover it with something like this, Wet n Wild. This is Clear Nail Protector. It's a very specific product. It is certain places. It is not in the places it is not. that was unhelpful. So I'm going to sort of talk you through this nail art, and I hope I can be helpful to you. Yeah, I think that's all I had to say, except that if we all managed getting through this tutorial without like too much bloodshed, then the world is our oyster, and new videos will just keep spawning up left and right. So we talk pap art. Okay, so I already know I'm doing this image. Here's this guy, okay? 2 coats of a clear coat on top of it. And I know, at first I was going with a teal. I wanted a very light teal for his face because I wanted pop art coloration. Well, I did that and it didn't feel right. So I pulled out my purple. The purple I'm using for the dark bits is A Purple Kiss. Beautometry does carry these Be Love's Plate stamping polishes. I love them very much. So what I decided to do, because pink and green are complementary colors, is to do some sort of a crazy green. So this is like a dollar store green, and it's on the lid. That's my very neat and professional swatch there. You'd all like to borrow my technique. But I preferred this really light pastel neon green, and even more I preferred this because here, look at this pink, orange, red flash. I actually don't know what they're calling it, but I did get it in a polished pickup. Phoenix, did I use this before? I think I used this in a recent video for something. My friend before I even knew what a friend was. PPU October of 22, so relatively recently I got that one. So I'm thinking I'll do, hold on. Here's a quick, very advanced technique that I use. All right, so here's this guy with that green face, and here's that guy with that green. Ooh, I'm liking it. Very supernatural vibes, and a vampire, as we all know, unless we went to very different schools, is a supernatural creature. So normally, in order to see through the video screen and make sure everything is in frame, I have to stand up because I am a short person. But I am going to sit down while I color this in. I'm going to grab one of my thinner brushes. Oh my goodness, this one's getting kind of old. I might need to replace this soon, but I think these guys are a set. Let's do this one. I did get this off of AliExpress, I believe. Came with the lid, lost it immediately. Very much my normal way that I do things. Now, because this is a very sheer polish, we're going to put a white backing. I said I was going to sit down, and then of course I didn't. I'm going to zoom in here. Did you all survive that? I hope I didn't give anybody vertigo. I actually get vertigo a lot. Oh no. So my roommate is playing a game, and he is yelling, and I hope none of the profanity slipped through. Clearly the game is not going well for him. Let us all send him thoughts and prayers. All right. See, this is a really, you want to choose the kind of tip that will make your work the most easy and the most foolproof. So, I mean, I understand using a really skinny, tiny brush because you're afraid you'll overpaint the edges. But if you spend 15 minutes painting all that in, that's not really helpful. Yes, it could be a quick job. So here we go. Here's some more. So in some of these, I've done a bit of a lighter covering than I want. But I'm going to go back and do that in a second because I have to start the stamp for the... I actually haven't decided whether the Draculas are going to go on the ring finger or on the middle finger. So I'm going to let this dry just a second. And I'm going to use my acetone over here. Sorry about that. I'll use my acetone to get the nail polish off. No, don't think dirty. That's not what I meant. So I'm going to remove the nail polish there, see, and then I dip it in water. I keep it in a little shot glass by my workstation because you don't want your nice nail art brushes to be passively eaten away by that evil acetone, which will happen. That happened to me much. That's not really how that sentence's syntax was supposed to go, but hey, that's where I went with it. So, like I said, we're just rolling here and hoping that 5 years of making videos sort of just plops right back into place, and my charming personality and witticisms, I'm being sarcastic here, oh, and self-effacing humor. That is one thing you can absolutely count on from me. All right, so where did I put them? Oh, here we go. So, like I said, the link for these polishes is going to be down below, but also I'm going to try to put down, I can't actually see whether that got totally awesome or not. All right. Good call, Reza. I think I'm going to give it one more try before I put it in the fridge. Freezer. Freezer is my trick. Some of you who watch my lives know that this is a trick of mine. So the stainless steel is a metal, and there's something called thermal expansion, where a metal will expand when it's hot and it will contract when it's cold. And when this metal that is etched contracts, those tiny trenches become temporarily, and I mean really temporarily, deeper. And a deeper engraving, guess what? It's going to help you stamp better. So I covered up my stuff. I needed one of these. I couldn't find it, which is why I was vamping. All right. And I had to remove it, but I don't know if anybody got a good look at that awesome little nail station pal that my friend Carrie made me. She made it for me. She put my name on it. It just, so cool. It was above and beyond for a friend to do. So I'm going to let this sit here for just 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, so it can seep into the cracks. We do, and I would really rather have a hard, oh, here we go. All right. So every time I say, here we go, this is my ADD curse. The drowning pool song, let the bodies hit the floor, blah, blah, blah. It starts going through my head because of the here we go lyric. And that free association is free of charge on Razorblade channel, Razorblade channel. All right, so here we go. That just again, there it is in my brain. So this is something I started using just for the first layer when clear nail protector started to get a little harder to find. So this is Sally Hansen's Hard as Nails, and so far it has not interfered with my reverse stamping. I'm still using, one thing you really need to do when you're pre-coating this is never to, what's the word? Never cross the streams. Let's use our Ghostbusters metaphor, shall we? So we always want there to be a clean edge in between these strokes. We never want them to cross, because if they cross, they will blur your stamping polish, and you will be sad because you'll have to do this all over again. I know that there are talking points that I use in all my videos, but I do try to tell them anytime I'm doing that thing, because, you know, you're not necessarily, I can't assume everybody's seen all my videos, if that makes any sense. I hope it makes sense, because that's what I'm trying to do. So I'm going back in with this Phoenix polish. You can't see it because it's out of frame, but I'm going back in with this Phoenix polish before I go over the back with the white. Now, the white is really essential for 2 reasons. Let me tell you all of my reasons. The reasons are so important because they help you make your own decisions later when you're stamping. So reason 1, yes, this is a color that is going to need a little bit of vibrancy, and covering the back with white typically gives you vibrancy. It lends you extra oomph with that color, whatever color that is. The other reason it is necessary that I do this white backing is that there are words and they are not in my mouth, is that we're stamping on a dark pink or magenta background, which would overshadow this very kind of delicate color here. So let me just tell you what I'm doing here. I went ahead and brought out this green since I have it. You do want to do that sort of assembly line thing when you're doing a whole mani. Anything that needs to be that color, do it if you have enough stamps. I get my stampers from AliExpress, so I always have enough stamps. Stampers. Anyway, so there's that little moon there. And I think I'm going to do the same thing for all of these little windows. This is a good trick. I need to use a whoop, whoop. I said it. I didn't obey it. I think we're okay. Okay, but I do need to use a thinner brush for the... Okay, so for the road here, I don't think I want to use the neon yellow-green color. I don't know what I want to do yet with it, though, but I will keep this brush out because it'll be the one I use. Okay, clean, dip in the water. Always do it between every step. So now I'm going to grab this really thin brush, if you can see, and I'm grabbing the color from it. I put a little too much color on it, so I'm going to touch my mat and hope that I don't pick up a gozer hair, because this paper towel has been down for a couple of days. And sometimes he takes little field trips onto my nail stamping station, believe it or not. And if I keep saying his name, he's going to come in here and be like, what do you want? So, hopefully that's a bunch of fun. Now the song I've Got a Lovely Bunch of Coconuts is going through my head. That's going to date me, because my knowing that is even a little bit too late generation for that song. But anyway, I think it's probably just... I watched a lot of Groucho... No, not Groucho. I watched a lot of Marx Brothers movies and old movies and everything. What do we want that to look like? Do we want the road... I should have considered this. I should have thought about this. So I'm going to continue to think about this. We're going to do something called back burner. We're going to back burner that. Of course, you all know the term. I'm going to grab white now. Okay. So I use cheap whites, especially if I'm backing something with white. Sinful Colors, white is not just cheap. It is good quality, which is even more important than cheap. Well, sometimes. I mean, sometimes you gotta choose. Okay, I might have made an issue here. I have to turn around and see if the white shows. And then the white doesn't show, but look at that guy on the far right. Do you see how much brighter and more vivid he is? And he's more evil, too. That was closer to Peter Lorre than it was to Dracula, but whatever. It's not... I do actually have a Peter Lorre voice. I don't know why, but I do. And I have some old friends. And I don't mean old in years, although, yes, that too. We're all in our 40s. But I have old friends who, every time we get together, they make me do Peter Lorre. Which is weird. Well, I guess not weird. I mean, the Universal monsters are fun. Those movies are just classics. See, this is the part where I chat with you. while I do the thing. So I've done the thing. We're going to turn it around. These are all vibrant and awesome and shifty and good. And that is very exciting. So we're going to move along. I'm going to change brushes again, though. Very important step. Especially with this white. With a semi-sheer neon yellow, that was different. But with that white, any misstep is doom. And I'm talking decorating the outside of Dracula's castle kind of doom. If you know, you know. Alright, here we go. White bits go here. Am I in frame? Yes, I'm in frame. I'm not speaking to you because I'm trying to be very careful. I mess up on these clutch moments a lot. Okay, we're gonna breathe. Oh, thank heavens, it's okay. Now we can make that decision about the road. Except I haven't. So let me buy just a few more seconds. I mean, it could be water. It could be a road. If I had a light, like gray, blue, shifty polish anywhere within reach of my workstation. Alright, I'm back. And I bring with me, I don't know, does that look more like water or a road to you? The road. It's a road. But roads at night are dark, which is why I need to add a little, just a teeny bit of black to this one. There are profanities happening from the shouting man upstairs, and I hope that none of your ears are being offended by them. I always keep, oh, this is great. I say I always keep a 2-liter cap near my workspace, and I remember very clearly moving them away because that was like, oh, they're not going to walk over. They're going to knock over my water cup. I am back. Never one to be narrowed down to a single choice. I've decided that I'm blending these two polishes. This is from the same collection that the magenta is from. This is Mina. Very lovely, very violety, silvery violety. Here's a gray. It's a great gray. Flock of seagulls from Hit the Bottle. And I'm going to blend them in a handy 2-liter cap. I drink a lot of Diet Dr. Pepper. A lot. Way more than I should. And this is the consequence. I have these great blending receptacles. Alright. Kind of want it to be more gray than silver lilac, so that's how that is going. And I'm using the bigger brush because we're talking about the road now. And why not blend it with the brush that I'm going to use? Not quite dark enough for me. Let's see what I've got over here. Nope, we're still using this. Wait, what if Whitby Abbey, which is another of these polishes, would work out here? Alright, we've got Whitby Abbey. It is, I don't know the description, but it's like a purpley gray silver kind of a thing. And I think that might solve my problem. Well, my imaginary problem, my creativity problem. It's not an actual problem. I could probably choose any random old color to fill in the space, but this is what I want. This is what I was envisioning. So you know what? This is what I'm going to get. I make it like I see it in my head, unless I mess up. If I mess up, then I make it look like I did that thing on purpose. And that is how art works. I'm sure you all know. On the one road. Okay. Oh my goodness, I did terrible there. Definitely let that dry and put it on a second coat. Or maybe not necessary to let it dry before I put on that coat. I'm putting more polish here than I normally would just because I had that cave-in at the bottom of the road. All right. We've got this covered. No problems. One problem. I don't know why it keeps doing this to me. I'm gonna do a full clean and wipe and then try it again. It keeps opening up holes. And it's not like that polish will stay wet indefinitely. Water, polish. Where's the hole? Okay, there's the hole. Now I have just applied like a lake of polish there. It's still not loving me. I'm going to fix this in post. So I'm going to let these dry. And I'm going to come back to you when I will coat these with the final coat of Clear Nail Protector from Wet n Wild. That is what I use for my reverse stamps and decals. And I will coat these and then get back to you when I'm ready to do my stamping. See you soon. All right then, we are so close. Happy to have you back. I have let the Wet n Wild dry on the back of all these. And I still haven't decided whether the castle is going on nail 2 or nail 1. Let me look at this guy. Oh, I think absolutely these guys are going on nail 1. Because that's the middle finger. It's top billing as far as nail art goes. I'm just going to show you this real quick. 2 of these polishes are in a different collection. But most of these are, in fact, the Bram Stoker and the Count collection. So check out that swatch video that I made with the unboxing, and there's all sorts of surprise and delight. The sticky base coat I use. For those of you who are new to reverse stamping, if you let your reverse stamping get all dry and perfect before you apply it to your nail, which is the way I prefer to do things, you will need something to adhere it to the nail. A lot of indie brands do make sticky base coats, so it is my favorite thing to support my indie base coat, my indie makers. And you generally don't want to apply too much of this stuff, but I tend to over apply. I just work the extra time into my routine. And of course I had to over apply on a time that I'm recording, and I am in the mood to rush everything. Okay, anyway, so let's go ahead and try to be actually conservative on this nail, shall we? This sticky base coat is from Nevermind Apothecary. It's my friend Jen. Makes beautiful polishes. Fun fact, first indie maker I swatched for was Jen. Here we go, here we go. All right, I'm going to try to get everything centered and nice. All right, let's see if this works. All right, I'm going to tamp that down around the edges. You might want to get a decal cutter from Lantern and Wren or if Beautometry carries them. I don't know if they do. And here is my castle. Now we do actually have to make a quick fix to this castle. Because it turns out that the stamp didn't pick things up perfectly, and I kind of want to use the original stamping polish to fix an error. Normally that means that I would mess it up, but I'm going to believe that it'll work out okay. Alright, so first thing I'm going to do is tell you what plates I use. This castle and the road and everything, you see how that is so much tinier than it is in the stamp that I picked up? Anyway, this is MoU London's Halloween Collection 05, which Beautometry tends to carry. And this is Embrace the Darkness 03 by Hit the Bottle, which Beautometry tends to carry. So that is what I am showing you right now. Those two plates I just showed you. So there shouldn't have been no present tense. I'm looking for a top coat that's quick dry but not too thick. And what that means is my Nevermind polish one. This is called Swift. And again, these aren't mistakes that you have to fix. I just really want to fix this because I'm using this for PR. So I tend to be really perfectionistic about these things. I mean, I have redone the same set of nails 3 or 4 times. I'm just going to go ahead and top coat this with the thinner. I'd use Seche Vite sometimes because it's super thick and it protects them against wear and stuff. But the prettiest Swift Dry top coat is Swift. I really like it. Keeps colors pure, it doesn't shrink. So here's my Dracula one. And then now I'm going to look at the stamp and get kind of an idea of where I messed up. Or what I messed up about this road. Okay. So here is the stamp. Here is the... Oh boy, that's a big thing to fix. So... what am I going to do? I think all I'll need to do... Well, I used a kind of problematic mixed polish. I don't want to mix it again. But I will grab Whitby Abbey, which is the darkest of the 3 I used. Wait, no. First thing first, I tried to fix it with the stamping polish for the castle. You always get these impromptu lessons from me, screwing up on the job. And then, I don't know, let's go ahead and just take a little bit in here. It's like tailoring a dress, which I used to do. Just a little bit more, and I think I'll be happy with it. Yeah. Yeah, I like that. So, I'm going to set this down, and most likely I will forget to clean it later. But here is this one, and I'm going to finish these, and I'm done with the video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, etc. Hooray, I finished a video. It's forever long, but oh well, whatever. And I hope you're happy to see me again. I'm going to keep doing this. Pulling off the bandage is the first step, right? So, thank you all for watching. I really hope you're able to leave comments and say that you enjoyed this, or at least that you learned something. And go get those polishes. They're flipping amazing. Alrighty, bye.